All right. Welcome to DCT.
Episode 14. Ben, what is the average number of episodes a podcast gets to?
14.
It's 14, folks.
This is going to be the last one. I'm sorry, guys.
What happens after that 14th episode that makes them stop?
I'm hoping that means that we're going to blow up now.
I'll be honest, I'm assuming we're going to get 10 calls from sponsorships right after this episode, and we're going to be able to quit our jobs.
One can only hope.
I mean, I've already put in my 2 weeks, so we kind of are counting on this.
2 weeks, not 4? Wow.
No, I was fired. Let's get into the pod.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff happening. Caitlin Clark, she's out.
Quad injuries, man, they suck.
They do.
Those and hamstring injuries.
They linger.
They're around for a while. So I'm really hoping that she is able to nurse it back to the point that she was at before.
Yeah.
Or even better. But I feel like when a player of that status gets injured, the rest of the league is just kind of
almost put on pause, where it's like, I'm waiting for her to come back.
It's affected by it.
And that's when I'll tune in.
I'm wondering how the WNBA viewership is going to look for the 2 weeks that she's out, possibly longer. Like, how is viewership going to be
Here's the
affected
positive thing about Caitlin Clark being out. You might get some people who continue to watch and find another player that they're interested in watching.
That's true.
Where now you are out of your Sidney Crosby, your LeBron James, your Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity to find a new player to get fascinated with.
Yeah.
And enjoy watching.
I really hope it's
not going to be Angel Reese. But it could be someone who's actually good at the sport.
Some people might just like the offensive rebounding that she offers, when she constantly misses everything that she shoots. But maybe now players will watch people like Nafisha Collier, like Asia Wilson, like these MVP caliber players that you might not know if you weren't watching the game as much as certain people do.
And let me say this about Angel Reese. A lot of people give her a lot of crap.
Yeah.
I love Angel Reese. Because without Angel Reese, I don't think Caitlin Clark is as cool. Does that make sense?
I will say
you need a villain.
When Angel Reese is constantly like picking at Caitlin and all you see Caitlin do is turn around and smirk at her, I think it's hilarious.
It's exciting basketball.
Yeah.
You need a villain. I would hope that the villain would also be good at basketball.
That might be too much to ask.
She's kind of like the Riddler to Batman.
Yeah.
Where Batman's super fit and beats the crap out of everyone. And then the Riddler's like, what's 2 + 3? And he just dies. But at least she's trying.
Yeah.
And no, it is a good rivalry. And I do think it's good for the sport. It sucks that Caitlin Clark is injured, but like we said, maybe some viewers latch on to some other players.
Yeah.
And it creates a better opportunity for other players, which is what Reese is talking about. And I do agree with her. Don't watch for one player. Like, that's silly.
Yeah.
Come on, enjoy the sport. It's great that she brought you to the sport, but open your horizons.
Yeah.
You're going to find other players. It's not just Caitlin's league. You can find other players that you're going to enjoy watching. Just give it a shot.
Speaking of other players, do we want to start talking about the Mystics?
Yes, we do.
Now, I will say, their record I don't think reflects how well they've been playing.
Well, what, they're 2-3?
They're 2-3, which obviously not great, but the fact that their 3 losses have been by a combined 11 points, it means they're way more competitive already than they were last year. Now, they haven't played the caliber of teams that it's at the highest level, but I think that this starting the season out by playing this well means that they're only going to go up from here.
To my knowledge, they started the season 2-0.
Yes, they did.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
You have a lot of new talent on that team.
Yeah.
That you drafted in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
How are the rookies doing?
They're doing great. Sonia Citron has been doing amazing. She's averaging 15, 3 and 3. She came out and she looks like she's going to be a very efficient player. Getting the ball around, shooting well. I think she's shooting 51% right now.
She's systematic.
Which is pretty good, especially considering as she's a guard kind of small forward hybrid. Kiki Iriafin also doing amazing. She's averaging 14 and 11 on 53%, I believe, which in comparison to the rest of the league is really good. Her and Citron are currently actually second in terms of Rookie of the Year odds. Now, I don't think they're going to win because Paige Becker's #1 pick. She had the hype coming in. She's been playing pretty well. Obviously not as well as Caitlin did last year, but that's a really hard bar to live up to. So I think that if our two rookies can progress in the way that they're playing right now, it's only going to lead to great things for Washington.
I agree. I think the Mystics are in a very good spot to have two players like that come in and not be blinded by the lights, but to step up. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
And again, these 3 losses that they have, they're nothing to be – I wouldn't be worried about those losses. You said it's a combined 11 points.
Yeah.
They lost one game by 2 points, one by 4.
And it's also – they were also all out on the West Coast. So,
I mean, you're dealing with travel. It's a lot going on.
Exactly.
Everyone's starting their season. They want to do it well. You have a lot of young, players on your team.
Yeah.
With Becker's coming into the league, not necessarily doing what Caitlin Clark did her first year, I think that's good for the sport.
Yeah.
I think it's good to have a #1 who's not vanishing in a year.
No.
It's not like, oh, that just happened to be one of the very first Titans coming into the league. It's like, no, Caitlin is Caitlin. You got to get to that level.
Yeah.
And again, Caitlin's not the first WNBA player to be very good at the sport.
No.
She's the first one to get this much press.
Yeah.
But it's good that these other players are getting that opportunity. I don't care how you got it. If you got it through Caitlin Clark, use it to your advantage.
Yeah.
Say, screw that. I should have had the eyes on me earlier, and use that as fuel.
Now, I will say, Caitlin's reputation is 100% based on her play. I will say the draft class from last year also helped with getting the WNBA to the point where it is right now.
Yeah, it's not just one person.
You had Caitlin Clark, but then you also had your Angel Reese's. You had your Cameron Brinks. Now, she had her ACL torn last year, so hopefully she has a great recovery. But then you also had your Camilo Cardoso's, your sorry. Who else was in last year's draft class? I can't remember.
Yeah,
right
ask
now.
the hockey guy who was in the WNBA draft last year. That'll make us look smart. Idiot.
What are you gonna
Why do you think I'm asking the questions here?
Anyways.
No, but no, it's exciting. There is a lot going on. I'm excited to see where the WNBA goes.
I think one thing that's also really good about the Mystics this year is that Brittany Sykes for them has been playing really well. She is averaging 22 points. One thing I will say for her is that she is averaging that on 35%, which isn't great. But at the same time, she's shooting 7 more shots than the next person closest to her.
Okay, well,
so
I don't care.
She's just ripping
if you can
it.
rattle them off, do it.
I mean, 22 points is great, regardless of how many shots you're taking.
It makes up for the 35%.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you said her name's Sykes, last name Sykes. Personally, I like to think I'm an educated man. I know I'm not. But I could not spell that name. I probably could not spell Sykes.
No.
Which brings us to our very fun segment, Spelling Bee Players Edition. We're each going to name one player from the NBA, NFL, and NHL, and the other person is going to have to spell that name. We haven't decided what the winner of this event gets.
No.
Do we want to come up with either a reward or punishment on the spot, or do we want to think about it?
I feel like we should come up with something now.
I agree. I'm already ruining your beard because of the Wizards.
That'll come later
They
on.
failed us.
Yeah. What's new?
I don't want to do a piercing.
No.
You know what I'm willing to offer you? No, I'm not, because I'm not going. I was going to say an eyebrow.
Oh,
But
hell.
I'm not off. Well, like a dash in the
slit?
eyebrow. Easy.
That's what they call them.
I don't. What do you? I'll
I
offer
mean, I'm
you-
already giving up my beard because I'm an idiot. So
How about a dye?
a dye.
A hair dye.
Oh, hell no.
It'll be light colors.
I'm not dyeing my hair.
I'm not
going to
give you
can't spell
purple
some
and make you look like a minion.
I'm not dyeing my hair because of some random NBA player whose name I can't pronounce.
Well, if you get them
Or
right, that
spell.
would be true.
Yeah. Well,
We'll think of something.
we'll think of something.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do the NBA first.
Okay. So my NBA player that I'm going to give you Now, are we just doing last names, or are we doing first name?
Just last name, spelling bee of players.
Just last name. Okay. So my player is going to be Svi Mikhailuk.
Mikhailuk.
Yeah. Easy enough.
As Mrs. Knox would say, sound it out, Bryce. Mikhailuk. M. I don't remember judges laughing. Mikhailuk. M-A.
Mikhailuk.
Oh, yeah, that's going to make a difference. M-A-K.
Yep.
Y.
Mm-hmm.
L-O-K-E. Mikhailuk.
Not even close.
Are you serious? What was it?
The correct spelling is Mykhailiuk.
He must be from Antarctica. Dude, where the hell? Where's he from?
I don't know. I'm not going to lie.
I've never heard a name like that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just Eastern European.
I feel like that was 6 different people married to one.
You want to give me your NBA one?
Brandon Podziemski.
Brandon Podziemski.
Podziemski.
Okay. Podziemski. Podziemski.
Yeah, whatever. Do the next league. Congrats, you read books, moron.
Books?
Shut up. Give me a goddamn name.
Okay, we'll go to...
Damn, how did you get that? There's a D in there.
Yeah. Podziemski.
Yeah. Yeah, you know how to spell Podziemski? No.
It's not my fault that we chose to do a game that doesn't cater to your intellectual strength.
No games cater to my intellectual strength. I have none.
Okay, we'll move on. Do you want NHL or NFL first?
Let's do NHL. I need a win.
Okay. I will go with Nino Niederreiter.
Use it in a sentence.
I only know Nino Niederreiter because of this game.
Nino Niederreiter, first of all, great player, locker room guy, kind of a journeyman now.
Okay.
Can I just tell you who he's played for? Can I get away with that?
That's not the point of this game.
Hurricanes, boo. Jets,
womp
yay.
Nino
Niederreiter, N-I-N-O, Nino.
Yes, I mean we're not doing first name, but
suck it. Niederreiter, N.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
Feeling pretty good. Get
in, folks.
Niederreiter. N-E-I.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's right. N-E-I-D. Nieder. I-E-R. Nieder. I-T. I-D-E-R. Go to hell, dude. Give it.
That was so off. It is. You got the first name right, but you don't get half credit in this game. Niederreiter is spelled N.
I said N.
You did. Everything else after that was awful.
Really?
It's N-I-E.
Did I say that or did I do?
You said N-E-I.
Why would I do E-I? No name ever is.
N-I-E-D-E-R-R-E-I. Shout out to the brand. T-E-R.
All right.
Let's move on.
You ready for yours?
Yeah, my NHL.
I hate this game.
My NHL one?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
Pavel Mintyukov.
What?
Pavel Mintyukov. Mintyukov. Pavel Mintyukov.
M.
Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner.
M-I-N-T-Y-U-K-O-V.
Your head is so freaking stupid. Like,
did I get that?
Yeah, don't look at me with those eyes, though. Just because you win a spelling bee, you're staring down judges up and down.
I got that?
Yeah.
Wow, I did not think that was right.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd get it either. But I didn't be an asshole and give incredibly hard names. Mintyukov.
Niederreiter is not that hard.
Sound out Mintyukov.
Mintyukov.
Yeah, exactly. Give me the NFL. Give me the NFL.
Right
Give me the NFL.
You're not really going to hate my NFL one.
I already do. Tom Brady.
I would give you Aaron Rodgers, but you'd probably mess up Aaron.
Dude, honestly, I don't think I could get Rodgers. I don't know if there's a D or not.
Your name is Rodgers?
There's a D.
Anyways, so your NFL one is a fan favorite of both the 49ers and the Ravens. It is their...
Purdy, I can do that.
Nope, not the Ravens.
I thought you said 49ers.
I said 49ers and Ravens. He played for both of them.
I stopped listening halfway through.
What's new? You never listen to me.
This will explain the spelling.
Anyways, Kyle Juszczyk.
Juszczyk?
Juszczyk.
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 Yep,
You gave me a little hint there.
I did.
I appreciate you.
It's not gonna help.
Why? Juszczyk.
Juszczyk.
Stop saying it after I say Juszczyk. Can you say it for me real quick?
Juszczyk.
Thank you. Yuschewk.
No.
That's Yushuk. What the hell? All right, what was it?
You know what? I'll give you a second try.
No, I don't want it. I
Wait,
don't want to
wait.
embarrass myself.
Can I give you
times.
a second try, but give you the first letter?
Yeah.
Okay. J.
Juszczyk?
It's pronounced Juszczyk.
J. J-U.
Yeah.
There's got to be a goddamn U in there.
Yeah.
J-U-S. Juszczyk.
Yep.
C-H-E-K.
No.
Are you kidding me? What, is there like a Z in here?
Yeah.
God damn it.
It is Kyle Juszczyk, and Juszczyk is pronounced or spelled J-U-S-Z-C-Y, or sorry, J-U-S-Z-C.
You have it in front of you and you can't even read it. This is the dumbest name ever.
I can't even.
Is this a real name?
Yes, he's been in the NFL for like 10 years, 10 plus years.
You got to change that name. Hi, Miss Juszczyk. Yeah, that's
His wife
bummer.
actually makes really cool NFL custom jackets.
That's fantastic.
He doesn't care.
Pat Fryermuth.
Pat Fryermuth.
Pat
P-A-T.
Fryermuth. Yes.
Bang.
Why do all these guys have easy first names?
I don't know. Because they play football?
Make up for the last.
Fryermuth.
That was in sync.
F-R. E-I-R-M-U-T-H.
You idiot. How
Is it
can you
I-E?
not spell Fryermuth?
Is it I-E?
Yes.
Okay.
That took me a while. I have it read in front of me. I was still second guessing.
I'm not going to lie.
F-R-E-I-E-R-M-U-T-H.
Oh, yeah, no. So I was right with the E.
You were one letter off.
Damn.
That was incredible.
I knew I.
You went what, 2 for 3?
Yeah.
And I went
0 for
3.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's no need for that.
What are you gonna do?
All right. So that was our first edition of Player Spelling Bee.
Yeah.
I liked that game.
We should do that again.
No.
Maybe next time you can like
Get a name.
be intelligent.
Why don't you bring up the next topic? No, bring it up, asshole. What do we got? Yeah, laugh it up.
So
You freaking moron. I hate you so much.
yeah.
Yeah, touch your hair. That'll help.
Somebody doesn't like losing. Anyway,
Yeah.
so for our next topic, we're gonna do one of our classic debates.
I'm excited for this one.
It's going to be
Is this home ice?
home ice. Well, home ice / home court / home field
Home advantage.
/ home diamond.
Do they call it home diamond?
No.
Thank God. What do they call it in bowling? Home alley?
Home lane.
Home lane is cool. Dude, that's a great name for a bowling home
That would
ice
be pretty
advantage.
sick. Yeah. Too bad they don't have.
Wow,
like,
I
PB.
win home lane. Who do you think you are? I am. Welcome to home lane.
Bang. Yeah. So
Wow.
Would you like to present your argument?
Well, to my knowledge, we're debating whether or not home advantage in sports is actually tangible and an advantage to a team.
I think it 100%.
Which it is not.
Is.
It's not.
What? Why?
Do you really want to go bar for bar, stat for
Word
stat?
for word, bar for bar.
Word for word. Here we go. When did the Caps win the Stanley Cup?
2018.
Thank you very much.
2019.
2018.
Okay.
Where did we win the cup?
In Vegas.
Thank you.
Okay.
No home ice advantage needed.
How many games did they win it in?
5. 2 home wins, 2 away wins. 50-50. St. Louis Blues, the year after, they won the cup.
Yeah.
Where'd they win the cup? In Boston. Game 7.
Okay.
Away. The year after that, Tampa. Hate Tampa. Tampa won. Where'd they win? I don't remember. That was a really weird year. That was the bubble.
Was that the COVID year?
That was the bubble.
Yeah.
But I know they were.
That
wearing,
doesn't count.
I know they were wearing their white jerseys. By the way, the bubble was in Florida. But anyways, they had white jerseys.
They had a home ice
but
advantage
there were
but
there were no fans.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
So what? Okay, let's start. I started incorrectly.
Hypothetically, if you're in the bubble, then that means that
There is
no
no
home court
advantage.
advantage means that the best team wins.
I agree. Just as it does regularly. Home advantage does
So
not
why
affect the
has Tampa
on-court.
not won any other year
They won the year after that.
other than that?
You muppet. Sorry.
No, but they've been great for like what 6-7
That
years.
was like looking left and dodging a car and then getting hit from a bus on the right. Now, let me ask you this. What do you think is entailed or accompanies home advantage?
When you make an amazing play in a basketball game, in a hockey game especially,
I'm so excited for you to make this point.
and an NFL game, the crowd goes wild. It hypes you up, does it not?
I've never made a basket in front of 15,000 people.
Yeah, well,
You're
players
saying
like it.
that a fan
yeah.
gives you that much of an advantage.
If there's 50,000 of them, yes.
If there's 50,000 fans chanting for you to win,
Yeah.
it makes you win. It helps you win. You think it helps you win?
You think that say that it's in a basketball game, you shoot a three-pointer, you make it, and the crowd get hype around you. You're just going to be like, oh, man, I'm nervous now. No.
So, just to be clear, I'm so sorry to ask this. What you are saying to me right now is that if you are at home court advantage,
Yeah.
your fans are going to help you win because they are cheering for you. Is that what you're saying? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm sorry to crap on the Toronto Maple Leafs. They're
Okay,
already depressed. Nope. The Toronto Maple Leafs suck, and they majority of the time have had home ice advantage. This year, home ice advantage. They lose Game 7 at home. All they talk about is how the pressure of the fans gets to them. Home ice advantage doesn't help you win games. It hurts you.
How many teams are in the NHL?
Winnipeg Jets. In the NHL, President's Trophy curse.
You're naming a bunch of Canadian teams. Of course they're not winning.
The
I wouldn't be happy if everybody was like, oh, yeah, there we go.
Sorry. No.
What am I supposed to do with that?
Home ice advantage, the President's Trophy, which is the team with the best regular season.
Yeah.
It's called the curse for a reason. They end up losing every time. They never make it to the final.
That is true.
Home ice advantage doesn't help. I did some research.
I also did some research.
I looked some stuff up. You want
to
some
go
stats?
stat for stat?
Let's go stat for stat. It's stat for stat time.
Go ahead.
54% is your chances of winning when you have home ice in the regular season.
In the regular season.
In the regular season. That's more than your away chances. That would be 46. Right? In the playoffs, guess what it is? 50-50. In the NHL, 50-50 chance of winning on home or away ice. It doesn't affect you.
Can I give you just a quick stat for you.
Please.
NHL Game 7 records
Yes.
in home versus away scenarios from the playoff teams this year.
Yes.
So the Oilers, when they're home, are 4-1 in Game 7.
Doesn't count. They have McJesus.
When they're on the road, they're 4-4. That's objectively worse, correct?
That's your objective opinion.
Carolina, at home in Game
They
7,
suck.
3-1. Away, 3-3. Worse, correct?
Yes.
The Stars, 6-3 at home, 3-6 away. Worse, right? I'm just waiting for you so I can go to the next point. Thank you. The Panthers are actually just the worst team ever because they completely ruined my argument in this case. They're actually 1-1 at home versus 3-0 away. So you've got your teams that are great away. You've got your teams that are great at home. And everybody else sticks to the point that I'm making. You're much better at home than you are away.
Is this how OJ felt? Just being asked questions that he had to answer, knowing he wouldn't like it? No. My point is that I really don't think a fan affects you when you're playing the game. You're not listening to a fan.
So what did all the home records that I just gave you? Why are they so much better at home than they are away?
Maybe familiarity with the rink.
That's it.
Familiarity with the rink. You don't have to travel. And in the NHL, your bench boss, your coach, gets final line change. So they get to match lines better.
Okay, let's take it out of NHL. Let's go to the NBA.
Let's.
So the teams that are currently in this year's playoffs, I'm going to give you elimination game records, home versus away. Now, this is elimination games. Could be Game 6, could be Game 5, could be Game 7. The Knicks, 33-18 at home. Away, they're 11-23. Much worse. Just because I know you're not a numbers guy. The Pacers are 16-13 at home, which is relatively close, but they're still positive. Away, they're 5-15.
Yeah, positive isn't always a great thing. Ask Eazy-E. Look, my point is, what I'm trying to say is I would like to change my argument because I understand that I'm wrong now. No, okay. Home ice and home court advantage matters when you have fans.
Yeah.
But let's say, if you're in New York and you're playing at Madison Square Garden, or you have millions of fans, or if you're in Philadelphia.
The last example I just gave you was the Indiana Pacers.
I see, but I just don't see. I don't think it affects them. I really don't. I don't think the fans affect them.
Have you ever watched an Indiana Pacers basketball game?
No.
That crowd gets
Raucous.
so electric. That's one of the best teams, or not one of the best teams, one of the best crowds in the NBA. Just when I watch their games, I get hyped. I'm not even a Pacers fan, but I get hyped when I'm watching.
That's how I feel about the Montreal Canadiens. You watch Bell Center games. Like when we played them in the first round of the Caps.
Yeah.
That was daunting.
Yeah.
But you know what? Do you know what is probably the best feeling in a professional sport? Is when you are in a hostile arena.
Yeah.
And you suck the air out of a room like a Dyson. That's got to be the best feeling in the world. And I think at that point, if you're at home ice, if you're on your home court and you have a raucous crowd, and they go silent, I think that hurts you more than a loud crowd rooting for you helps you. That's my argument. I think it could be more detrimental to have a crowd that supports you like hell when they're quiet rather than when they're loud. I think when you lose your home crowd in a game at home ice, that's a worse feeling than it is better when they're really on your side.
So you're evolving your argument throughout this debate.
Yes.
So you're not arguing
like my girlfriend, I'm changing it to win when it best fits me.
Never heard sorry from you either.
Do you understand my point?
I understand what you're saying, but
I think that's fair.
I think it is a subjectively correct point. But I think my point is objectively correct based off of record and past accounts from players.
Okay. I don't think I agree with you on this.
You disagree that the fans matter.
No. I think fans matter.
You think they're...
No, I'm sorry.
You think...
I don't think fans matter. I don't think
So
it
you're
matters.
changing your argument again.
No, I'm going back on what I'm sorry. Fans don't matter enough to win a game.
We just went over this entire thing that you agreed with me on, then changed your point, then went back to your original argument. You've already conceded.
But you keep changing what you're saying.
No, I don't.
You go from one statement to another, which makes me want to argue with you.
Home court advantage matters. You
not in the term of fans. Familiarity with the court, not having to travel. Yes, that affects.
I don't think not
you.
having to travel affects teams as much as you think it does.
I 100% believe it does. If you had to hop on a plane from Edmonton to Florida, or from Florida to Edmonton, that's a pain.
Yeah, but you get a day in between. Most of the time.
Yeah, but it's still a pain. That day is taken up by travel.
Oh, no. I have to get on a luxurious private jet and go fly to Canada, which I agree kind of sucks. But...
All right, let's be honest. Can you imagine living in Edmonton and having to fly down to Florida just seeing people ride alligator dinosaurs that you've only seen in Jurassic Park?
Opposite ends of the spectrum.
They're definitely on the spectrum in Florida. No,
they're trying their best.
I just don't think fans make that big of an impact in a game.
And I think you're wrong. And I think that everything that I just said.
I think professional players tune out the noise.
So to that point, when crowds go quiet, it doesn't affect them.
I'm switching back. No, but my argument was that that's worse. It's worse to have a crowd go against you than a crowd be with you.
But according to you, it doesn't matter to them. If they can tune out the crowd that much, the silence isn't going to matter as much as the deafening loudness is.
That's true. Yes. Nah,
I've reduced him to
feel broken.
eye-twitching and one-word comments.
I just don't think home ice matters that much. In the NHL, 50% chance of winning on home ice.
Now, I will give you a stat that helps your case, just because I feel like you're drowning in this argument and you need something.
I feel very above water.
Lifeboat.
That how you throw it?
I throw a boat, yeah.
Should have been on the Titanic.
In baseball, it doesn't matter. The last game,
baseball doesn't matter.
Hey, watch it.
You're right.
We love the Nationals.
We do.
Apparently not you. In baseball, the last 4 Game 7s have been won by the away team.
You know why? Because nothing's better than silencing
in the World Series
a crowd.
Yeah, I have to admit.
In baseball, it's awesome because those fans show their emotions.
They do, yeah.
So hilariously. Like, you get a home run hit on your team, and you spent like $1,000 to eat a really cold hot dog, and you're with your kid who just wants to catch a ball, and you know he's not going to catch one. You just sitting there at the end of the day. Whenever you turn on a baseball game and it's a blowout, you see those home fans, and it's adult men in baseball caps wearing striped pajamas, and they're just as soon as their team loses. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's really funny. Now, to be fair, it can kind of go the same way for everybody, every sport.
Yeah, I'm not ragging on baseball, but they have larger seating. That's the largest seating. I mean, I would say they can fit more people than football. Is that
no?
Not
I think
accurate?
Football fits more.
Really?
Yeah.
Football fans
actually.
stay loud, though. I
feel.
But
football has the circle, oval shape that baseball does not.
No, baseball is usually a U.
Yeah. So, it's more of a V. In some cases, it's kind of like a U, but
It's a teardrop.
I just want to say whatever the opposite thing that you're saying is.
I'm aware.
Yeah. So, have you conceded?
Yeah, I'll concede.
Where do we go from here?
I heard Germany's nice at this time.
Yeah.
Maybe Brazil.
I don't want to go to Brazil.
Hot, humid.
A lot of gang violence, too.
Nah, the humidity's worse. I'd rather get shot than
Can you imagine what it would do to my hair?
the gang.
No, the humidity.
Probably wouldn't be great.
No. I'd be Miss Frizzle out there.
Then they'd really target you. Get the magic school bus. Are we comfortable?
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please let us know if you think home ice advantage matters or if it doesn't.
Yep.
Do you really think the fans have an impact on the game?
Man, I crushed you today.
Yeah, you did well.
It was great. I think I get a playoff point for that, right, guys?
Nope. All right. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week.
Have a good week, guys.